Obsession is the new kid on the block for indie horror movies and indie movies in general. So, let me just say, oh boy, this is a certified banger. I think it is an instant horror classic now, and the movie just genuinely made me super uncomfortable and a little scared. I was actually scared in one scene, and there was a moment where I literally went like this, as if I was actually in the movie. So it was really immersive. But before I delve into this one, yes, there are spoilers, and if you haven't seen the movie, don't watch this video because I am going to go into spoilers throughout this review. You know, whole plot synopsis, delving into the themes and why it works so well. So go watch the movie, and if you don't, suck a dick, dude. Seriously though, this is one of the best theater experiences I've had in a while. Not just because it's a good movie, but because all the editing, all the sound design, everything like that, I haven't had like an experience in such a long time in the theater being like, that was a quintessential theater experience. So to summarize the plot, we have the main character Bear. He's kind of a chud, and he wants to confess his feelings to one of his friends, Nikki, this shoddy, and he has trouble with it, and he fumbles bad, low key, and then he finds this Make-A-Wish snap thing, and it's like a monkey paw. So a monkey paw is like a genie's wish, but like since it's the horror genre or the mystery genre, everything goes bad. So that's the whole premise of the setup of the story. He makes his wish, and she just falls in love with him. You know, it's so romantic, bro. But you know, right off the jump, things seem a little odd. You know, but you know, in the meantime, you know, Bear's getting his action. You know, my player Ben. That's what I'm talking about, dude. Even though he's a total chud. But through the story, when she doesn't get everything she exactly wants, you know, the curse starts to take place. You know, she starts screaming at him. It's really nerving, you know. There's parts in the story where she's just out in the corner, in the dark, just like watching him sleep. You know, why don't you love me or something like that. That shit made me cringe so much. And there was a part where she would just piss on the floor and eat like dead shit, and then also cooked Bear's dead cat into a sandwich. Man, be crazy. Throughout the story, the obsession, title card, gets you know, worse and worse as the curse goes on. And throughout the story, more and more harm is done, and by the end of the story, shit gets fucked up. By the end of the story, the other friends are killed, and Bear himself and Nikki is left in a bit of a pickle. So that's just a basic run through of the story. I haven't really brought up everything, you know. If you've seen it, then you know what I'm talking about. Shit is whack. So that's the one great thing about this movie. The greatest thing about it is it perfected the art of discomfort. I feel how cringe it was. Nikki would act so odd around others and at home, like the crazy ass bitch she became. It's obviously not her fault, but like that's just kind of one of the points, you know. An uncomfortable act. It's unconsensual, you know. That's kind of the part of her story, is that this was thrusted upon her without her choice, and a lot of romance and sexual misconduct. It can affect a person's life. I think that's the whole metaphor of her side of psychosis, and you know, it delves into the themes of, if it's not consentful, is it really love, and what the harm can really do with that if there's no true bond. So it just made everything so uncomfortable, despite Bear supposedly getting what he wants in the moment, but in the long term, he realizes that's not what he wants. Another thing I picked up with themes is that don't be cowardly with love. You know, you got to go at it. You know, you have to have self-respect. You have to go for what you want and let the others know that you really care for them. He doesn't really seem to 100% care. He didn't respect the natural progression of a relationship, and they are both horrible for each other in this state. It's parasitic. Bear is ultimately the only wrong character in the story because he does this to get what he exclusively wants. Had he done the right thing, all of them would have proceeded like normal, and even if he got friend zoned, they wouldn't have such a messy situation. It's pure selfishness. But let me just say, my favorite scene is the car scene. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Jesus Christ. That's when I jumped out of my seat. Jesus. That was something I saw coming, but even then, like, oh man. And here's how I knew it was coming. Like I said, with the soundtrack, it was played so well. You would notice these things that would seem somber, that they would fix a relationship. You know, the calm, nice, soothing music. Bear would try and soothe Nikki and like try and fix the relationship. Hey, no. And she'd be, oh, you know, the somber music. And then out of nowhere, she just screams at him, and it just, it's so nerve-wracking, and she threatens to kill herself or act so weird in public. It's just this like lashing out of discomfort of someone so sensitive of an obsessed relationship, causing shivers. Just, oh man, it was so submersive. And that car scene, the same thing happened. They would play a love song when Bear and this other friend, who also have this like close relationship, this kind of romantic, they're realizing their feelings for each other, and then Nikki just goes in and kills her. Like it's fucking insane. Like the music build up, it was so romantic, and then you just see her running through the window, boom! Like it's violent and it's just shattering. It's insane. So it was great as a horror flick. It was great with themes. The acting is great. The soundtrack is great. Honestly, like I don't really have any complaints. If I had to be nitpicky though, Bear pissed me off with how much of a pussy it was. I guess that's just how the story has to move along a bit. So he is down in the dumps and, you know, not in a good mental state. And I guess that is part of his character for the theme, is that you have to have a level of self respect and respect for others in the relationship. I think when she cooked his cat and put it into his sandwich, and he still like rolled along with it later on in the film, even though he was like, that's not okay. He still stayed with her and shit like that. Seriously, if that was me, I'd be like walking up to her, bitch, this pussy sandwich is cold. But outside of that, yeah, great movie. Here's my rating: 9.5 out of 10. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this movie as much as I did. So please like and subscribe. And if you liked the video too, you would subscribe and you like me, right? Oh man, just I could see it on my, I could see it on my screen like this. Oh, dude, it's so weird, like doing it to yourself. Like that goes for a lot of things. But anyway, yeah, just hit the like and subscribe. And props to Curry Baker. Mad respect to you for directing such an amazing indie film and getting it out there and showing what you have, man. Like, props to you, man. And I hope to see more work from you in the future. And it inspires me because I want to make movies as well. So this is a great inspiration for smaller artists to make it big, you know. But yeah, peace. Why don't you subscribe to me?